Throughout its history, the Watchung Library has resided in 3 buildings. It was first located in the northwest corner of a multi-use building known as the Honeymoon Apartments, which was located in front of where the Rescue Squad building resides today. This lower northwest corner was where the library originally resided and had approximate dimensions of 16 feet by 30 feet, making it about 480 square feet in area. The building, like many of the original structures in town, did not have plumbing, but only 2 adjacent outhouses used for laboratory purposes. The building was originally owned and occupied by the Dolman and Douglas families. After the demolition of the building that housed the original library, the Watchung Library moved its doors to the lower level of the Watchung Arts Center. The property, where the current Watchung Library resides today, was once part of a larger 3-acre parcel of land called the Schaefer Farm. The Schaefer Farm was purchased by Harlan Pratt and his wife Jane Atwater, who had been living in Plainfield, New Jersey. The property originally contained 2 buildings, a residential home and a barn. The residential home resided in the same location that the Pratt building exists today, and the barn could be found behind the home. Harlan Pratt and his family lived in that original home between the years of 1947 and 1951 until they outgrew the space. Harlan began building a new home for his family in January of 1951, which would later become the future Watchung Library. Architect Charles Detwiller out of Plainfield, New Jersey, would be commissioned to design the home. Harlan was the contractor and assisted in many of the trades to construct the home, with the exception of the plumbing and the electric. Bruce Buttfield, Harlan's uncle, an interior designer out of New York City, advised the Pratt family in decorating the first floor of the home. One of the signature features of the home included a fireplace mantel and adjacent paneling that predated the Revolutionary War. Harlan purchased the mantel and paneling from a residence that was located in Hightstown, New Jersey. The home was one of the last in the area to be built with traditional plaster and lath and had original shingles on the home that were hand-dipped in a gray stain. The construction of the home, now library, was completed by Labor Day of 1951 and had an original address of 30 Valley Road. The original home the Pratts moved out of after construction of their new home became the showroom for the family furniture business until 1958. In 1958, the showroom was demolished and the Valley Furniture Shop was built. Architect Charles Detwiller was again commissioned by Harlan to design what would become the Valley Furniture Shop. In 1957, Harlan built a swimming pool in the rear of the residential home out of 4-foot by 8-foot pieces of steel. There is no coincidence that this was the same year that his youngest daughter, Jane, born in 1951, learned how to swim. There were many parties by the pool, including class trips every June. The pool still remains on the property today, the steel coping still visible in the grass, and the interior of the pool filled with soil. The Pratt home, now library, once had a sign in front of it with the text 4 Sisters, making reference to the daughters of the Pratt family: Jane, Lawrence, Deborah, and Virginia. It is worth mentioning that Harlan had a son, Richard, who was born in 1963. Richard's mother, however, was Louis Cook, whom Harlan married after he and Jane Atwater were divorced. Pencil marks show the heights of the Pratt children in the stairway between the basement of the library and the main floor. The basement of the library has typically been used by the Watchung seniors, while the first floor for library space. The second floor of the building, most notably used for office space and meeting rooms, was home to the Watchung Historical Committee before it moved its headquarters to the Texier House. The Historical Committee officially became part of the Borough of Watchung in 2000, but was originally founded many years before by Paul and Ruth Runyon, as well as Barbara Deem, who joined as its 3rd unofficial member. Barbara is now a lifetime emeritus of the committee, and the Texier House Museum officially opened its doors to the public on October 5, 2013. The bridge that connects the Best Lake gravel parking lot to the library was originally constructed by Harlan for ease of access to the home. The parking lot was originally a grass meadow, with the area closest to Valley Road originally used as the parking lot for Wilson Memorial Church and ice skaters at Best Lake during wintertime. Out of kindness, Harlan felt it would be appropriate to place gravel in the area to stabilize the parking. Harlan hired a man by the name of Carl Santos to perform the work. Carl was an Italian immigrant and successful, well-known entrepreneur who lived on Sterling Road. During the unloading of the gravel, Carl's truck flipped backward, but no one was hurt. The bridge to the Pratt residence was one of 3 bridges that Harlan built on the original family property. A low concrete bridge was constructed in 1958 to better serve the workshop and showroom behind the Valley Furniture Shop, and a raised pedestrian bridge, known as the Footbridge, was constructed just a year later. The Footbridge was built to allow customers to walk with ease between the Valley Furniture Shop and the newly constructed parking lot just to the north of the building. Harlan's signature antique-style coffee tables with a simple pine or cherry top and cast iron base brought him much success during his early business endeavors. It is estimated he sold approximately 3,300 of them. For a business that never advertised, an owner that was forthright and trustworthy with its customers, and quality was a top priority, he became so successful that his daughter Virginia once proposed the family open a branch store in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Daughters Virginia and Jane spent much time over the years helping to run the family business, contributing to its overall success. 1973 was a defining year for the Pratt family, as it marked the time the Pratt family sold the furniture business and the family home, now library, to Watchung Borough. The current Watchung Library opened its doors on Tuesday, June 1st, 1976, just 3 years after the borough acquisition of the property. In 2016, a large white oak tree was struck by lightning during a summer thunderstorm and split the tree in half. While assessing the damage the following day, it was found that nearly 50,000 Italian honeybees were thriving on the inside cavities of the tree. Beekeepers Association of Rutgers University assisted during the August 17, 2016 removal of the tree to relocate them elsewhere. The Watchung Library was closed that day for the removal of the tree. A memorial garden and deer-resistant garden are located on the property between the Arts Center and the Watchung Library.